I would like to announce Miss Caitlin Honing to talk to us about her travel blog.
Hi everyone, and welcome to my Masterworks presentation. I'd like to start by asking a few questions. How many people here have traveled around Canada? And how many people here have traveled out of North America? And finally, how many people here have taken videos or photos or written about your experience while traveling? Thank you. My name is Caitlin Honing, and for my Masterworks, I've created a travel blog. Over this year, I've traveled around Canada and the US and shown what it's like to see the world through my eyes. The thought of having a career in travel is my dream, and when I was given the freedom to choose a topic for my Masterworks, I thought that this might be something I would like to explore. Being able to put all of my pleasures together, including video making, photography, and writing, onto one project was definitely something I wanted to try. Masterworks is self-directed study, so why not choose something I'm passionate about? For each place I've traveled to this year, I've written a journal and created a video to go along with it. Throughout my project, I've made 3 videos and 4 journals in total. My blog is the platform I publish my journals and videos onto. I've also created a YouTube channel for easy access to my videos. Through creating my blog, I've had the chance to dip my toe into the waters of being a travel journalist, videographer, and photographer. Not only has this made me want to travel more, but has inspired me to continue creating videos and journals of places I plan to travel to in the future. At the age of 3 years old, my parents opened up the world to me through travel. I was exposed to different cultures, new people, and boundless adventures. When I was 3 years old, my parents, older sister, and I moved from our Surrey home onto our boat. Our holidays were filled with 6-week-long trips, going up the Inside Passage, and seeing how far we could get to Alaska. I was welcomed into an environment by exploring and experiencing new opportunities I never had before. After living on our boat with my family and making countless memories of swimming with the jellyfish and falling asleep to the waves splashing against the hull of the boat, it was time for us to move on to our Bowen home. After our move into our home, my parents continued to instill in my sister and I that traveling is something not many kids our age had the chance to experience, and how lucky we really were. At a young age, I learned more outdoor skills than most kids. I learned about different wildlife and made a connection with the ocean. Growing up on Bowen allowed me to keep the need for new place and new adventure. When I was thinking about creating a travel blog for my Masterworks, I did a lot of research into where I might go and how I would share my information. I knew I wanted the main focus on my blog to be on my work instead of on me. This was because of this, I chose not to publish any photos of myself on my blog. Instead of people looking at my blog and seeing my face, they saw my work. I knew I wanted to highlight the Pacific Northwest because it is so beautiful here and this is my home. Through discussions during my Masterworks meetings, we discussed different themes for my blog. Creating a theme was very important, as this made my blog look organized and more aesthetically pleasing to the viewer. It gave it continuity. As I was looking at other blogs and Instagram themes, I decided to make my blog based on people and nature. I wanted my photos to be candid and not only set up shots with tons of editing so the photo looked different than it did when I took it. With every different place I've traveled to this year, I've had a slightly different theme to the page. As seen on this slide, these are all photos from my Vancouver shoot. So here you can see my theme was more consisted of blues, as seen in the skies, and warm tones seen in like the sign and the lights in both places. People that have inspired me this year are Will Darbyshire, Vanelli Melly, and Hannah Scott. These people I found when I was looking for inspiration for my blog's theme. These people all post their work online, making it easy for anyone around the world to access their work. Will Darbyshire is a photographer and filmmaker. He has a YouTube channel where he posts all kinds of videos, ranging from travel videos to short skits. All of his videos and pieces of work are so creative. Vanelli Melli is a German blogger. She also has a YouTube channel where she posts travel and fashion videos. I love the theme of her videos and photos. She has a very distinct look to her work. Her aesthetic is very vintage with soft, warm tones. This is a theme I tried to recreate in my Vancouver photos. And lastly, Hannah Scott. Hannah Scott is a surfer, photographer, filmmaker, and traveler. I've been following her Instagram and blog for a while now. Her videos and photos are so inspiring to me. The more and more I view her videos and look at her photos, I got more and more intrigued by her. When I look at her photos and videos, I see a story. I see that not every photo is perfectly set up and not every photo is perfectly edited, but they all have their own story to tell. If it's a photo of a double rainbow in a tropical location, or a photo of a friend holding onto a rope swing, they all have their own unique story. I want to share this in my videos and photos as well. I want when someone comes across my blog and looks at my photos and videos to see that behind every clip and every shot, there's a photo. As is seen in my Tofino journal, I have a very big passion for surfing. Hannah Scott is also a surfer. This is something that pulled me closer to her work as we had something in common. Hannah Scott is a big inspiration to me. When choosing what website I would use for my blog, there were two main platforms I was choosing between, Weebly or Wix. These are some of the blog templates I was looking at from Wix. I looked at these when deciding which template I would use for my blog. This template is from Weebly. I love this template as it has a clean background which really make the photos pop. This is the template I ended up choosing for my own blog. I also like that Weebly allowed me to play around with the theme and layout without affecting the content that I already put on the site. It took me months before I settled on my current theme. I've tested out many different styles of writing my journals through this year, from timestamps shown in my Tofino and Palm Springs journal, from only one day seen in my Vancouver journal, and to a descriptive journal seen in my Bowen Island journal. I love testing out different ways of journaling, as I believe it makes me a more well-rounded writer. After I had the theme for my blog and the idea of having the focal point on my work instead of on me, I was able to start the process of my videos. My first video I created was on Bowen Island. Starting my first video was scary. I had filmed videos before, but not one that would be posted and eventually other people would see. Soon, I had to buckle down and start my filming. First, to start my filming, I created a film list. This was a list of places that I wanted to film at and at what time. I had a hard time sticking to this list, as new places would pop up in my mind, and I would do those first instead of focusing on the ones I already planned. Then came filming. Filming was fun when it was nice outside, and I was in the mood to film, but there were quite a few times when it wasn't so nice outside, and I wasn't in the mood to film. I found it hard to create a video when it was raining out, and because of this, the film that came out of it wasn't my best work, and I only focused on filming when I was ready and prepared. The next step after filming is editing. I was using the software iMovie to edit my Bowen Island video. I used iMovie in the past, so I knew how to use the software. Though the more and more I started to edit my video, I found that I didn't have a lot of customizability using it. This was very frustrating to me because I had a very clear theme I wanted my video to look, and the software wasn't allowing me to show that. After my first video, soon came the next one. Uploading was fun for me, as I had never published something like this before. After my video was uploaded to YouTube, I couldn't wait to share it with my family and friends. After my Bowen Island video, I created a Vancouver journal along with photos, a Palm Springs journal and video, and finally a Tofino video. Now I would like to show you my Tofino video. Thank you. Now I would like to show you how to navigate my blog. So here's the final product of my blog. I named it Through My Eyes as I want to show how I see the world through my eyes. So here are all of the places that I've traveled to this year. First is Bowen, then Vancouver, Palm Springs, and Tofino. So how you get to the journal and photos is all you have to do is click right on the name. So first is Bowen. Here is a slideshow of all of my photos on Bowen Island and my journal underneath. Next is Vancouver. So again, here are all of the photos and journal underneath. All of the photos I took in Vancouver were all located in Gastown. So here's the steam clock. Here's in an alley, a train. And the last place is Palm Springs. So for our Palm Springs trip, my mom, my sister, and I did a girls' trip. And how it started was my mom didn't tell us where we were going, and all she told us was what the weather was going to be like and what activities we would be doing. So my sister and I didn't actually know the location we were going until we got handed our boarding passes at the airport. So I've never done a trip like that, so it's kind of fun. So this is a photo of us hiking in the Indian Canyon. So while we were in Palm Springs, we didn't get a rental car, so we were using Uber. And we Ubered to the Indian Canyon. And once we were done our hike and went out the trail, we couldn't get signal to call an Uber. So we had to walk 6 kilometers back to the canyon gate, and we still couldn't get signal for an Uber. So we ended up hitchhiking with an old couple back to our hotel. And the funny thing was, every single person that we met on that trip that was kind and nice were all from Canada. So goes to show. And not only Canada, but Vancouver. So the next page is where I've posted all of my videos. So the first video I made was on Bowen Island, like I said before. And one of my advisors suggested to me that I do my first video and journal on Bowen Island as it is a place I know very well, and I grew up here. And it would be also a great way for me to experiment with my camera and kind of learn how to use it. Second video is Tofino, and third, Palm Springs. My last page is just about me. So here you'll find who I am, what my blog is about, a link to my YouTube channel, and email. Over this year, I've had an amazing chance to live a dream of mine, traveling, journaling my experiences, and filming it all. I've enjoyed this experience so much that I want to continue my dream for as long as I can. I have more trips planned over the next year that I'm so excited for. I've had the best time filming, taking photos, journaling, and traveling over this last year. I plan to continue my passion for as long as I can. I'd like to thank my faculty advisor, Charlotte Patterson, for always helping me edit my paper and journals, for answering all my questions. You've been a great advisor. Thank you so much. My external advisor, Amelia Thomas, thank you so much for being such an inspiration to me and always telling us amazing traveling stories. And thank you to my second external advisor, Emmett Sparling. Thank you for answering my questions about film and photography, and you've been a great advisor. And lastly, thank you to my family. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always being there for me when I was in need of some help and for always making me work harder. And thank you to my older sister, Emma, for being such an inspiration. You are so creative, and I strive to be like you. Thank you.